Thanks. Wow. Well, it's a little late and the wolf is out. And the wolf is out tonight. Hope everyone's doing okay. I want to pay my respects to the late, great Matt Pearson, member of the knife community. You'll be missed. Okay, how you doing, Joseph? I saw that Adelaide video. I just haven't watched it yet. It's in my history. This is that night. We're howling at the moon tonight. I got my wolf energy on. We're out here in droves. Okay. I'm going to check out that Atlatl video soon, Joseph. Awesome, Joseph. I was just loading my magazines, reloading my crud balls. Ain't that a bitch? Don't just hate when stupid shit happens. Yeah. How you doing, Hal? How you doing this evening? Doing great. I got my wolf energy up. My solid, strong wolf energy. Stoic wolf energy. It's nice to hear from you, Camo Camp, on this late night stream. Nice to hear from my friends. You know, I'm glad I've gotten back to my roots of this channel. I'm so glad. Oh, awesome, Joseph. Awesome. You make some great videos. I think if you added a little music to them, a little editing, you could make them look good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? If you have a phone, right, I always suggest the app Video Maker. You can edit all your videos there, put some music to it, put some clips or an intro like I do. Add some emojis. You know? Video Maker. Video Maker. You can download it. It's an app. On your phone, you can get it for free. Video Maker. The only thing that you're lacking to get more views is basically the presentation. You need to put like an intro on it, some music, a logo, something like that. Really? You won't claim it here. Like I said, I'm done dealing with that community. I've said that before a million times, but you don't listen. None of you boy people commit. Listen. Play nice. All I can say. Anyway. Yeah, use Video Maker. Download the app onto your phone. It'll be great. You can do a lot of things with it. You can add an intro if you want to, make a video intro, and oh, thank you, Snobby. Are you a chick? Well, that's weird. Anyway, that being said, you know, I'm enjoying this. I got these extra clips now, and that's pretty good. I mean, these extra mags. Great. And why would you compliment me on my hair? Weird. Weird. How you doing, Nomad? No, I'll just put up the howling for tonight. Oh, I hate these damn ads. Awesome, Joseph. Here's some howling for people who haven't heard it before. There you go. Well, I got some good news. Good news is in Colorado, a transformer is what I'll call them, transformer. And what I mean by transformer, you know what I mean by transformer. Get it? Transformer. A transformer, and a transformer like shooting was prevented ahead of time. So they basically stopped him before he started. I say him because he was a biological dude. So that's the good news. You know, another transformer shooting was prevented ahead of time in Colorado, which was pretty good. Yeah, it is good news that lives were saved. And on a sadder note, speaking of lives, as I said before in the video, Matt Pearson passed away. He died in a car accident. Now, for those who don't know who Matt Pearson is, in the knife community, he's well known. There's a Brother of the Blade. Brothers of the Blade. You could say, see, I'm in different communities, and I got a chance to know people in the slingshot community. And there's a lot of overlap. Slingshot community, archery community, air gun community. So I've met a lot of people in different communities and things of that nature. But Matt Pearson, now I remember that he was the one who sent me that fat wood. Fat wood is basically is wood that you use for making fires, feather sticking, stuff like that. It's a flammable wood. I know. Well, from what I remember, and it was a time when Colorado was a pretty right-wing place, wasn't it? But a lot of like libs moved in, from what I remember. Turned it from a red to a blue state, I think I remember. How you doing, Mr. Pickles? Excuse me, Joseph. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Camo Camp, Joseph. You know what this means. Oh no, you're disgusting. You gotta go. Yeah, yeah, you're going. Get rid of him. Put him in timeout. See, it's just the trolls try to troll. Trolls gonna troll. Survivors are gonna survive. And I've survived all your troll attacks, all of them. I got a chance to witness one of your own getting put in jail. So keep playing that. You mean I'm a Christian. What you do to a child of God is what you do to him. And he is not going to be pleased. You know what I'm talking about, the big man upstairs. So I'm a white man. I'm a man. Actually, I'm a grown man. So you'll show me respect as a man. I'm a white man. Not a boy. But you can go too. You can go. I don't care. You're not getting my goat. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. This kind of immature behavior may be tolerated in the Boit, in those Boit streams, but not here. And I've said it before, I am done with the Boit. I can't repeat myself again. I'm done with that community. I've been done with that community. I've returned to my roots as an outdoor channel. How you doing, Mr. Pickles? This is an outdoor channel for basically bushcraft, shooting, archery, you know. So please. You know, really? Well, I'm throwing the wolves out, Tasha. I'm not really too enthusiastic about seeing you again, but because of what your community did. A transformer. Ugh. What's your next one? Let's see. I like crossbows, so I was thinking about getting a Cobra adder, Cobra RX adder is what I was thinking about. Repeating crossbow. It's 150 pounds, similar to my Cold Steel Cheap Shot. I've also been thinking about getting a new less than lethal pistol, perhaps a Byrna, you know, a Byrna pistol. Those are the more expensive version, actually. Yes, I do, Nomad. With pepper balls. Yes, yes, the cheap S-Tech knife that I bought on eBay. Very sharp. It doesn't have, and the size, you don't need to have a, the steel doesn't have to be super good quality, so this is a good knife for the price, I'll tell you that. You're paying $10 on eBay. So, I mean, it's like you could buy like 3 of these. Keep them around, trade with them. You know, you can use this for trading items because they're reliable knives, but they're cheap. Yeah, it's the revolver. I have the HDR 50 and the HDR 68. One is 50 caliber and the other is 68 caliber. Yeah. I also have my eye on the HDB 68, which is kind of like my HDX, except it's like semi-automatic and less than lethal launcher, shotgun with a pistol grip. So that's going to be really cool if I get an HDB from the T4E series. That's true. Very true. TAC is very knowledgeable in these situations. No, man. Not today. I just relaxed today. I chilled out. I did walking yesterday. I had a good time doing it. But it was a good day. It was a warm day. I saw a great movie. I would suggest this movie to anyone who likes movies that are a little science fiction, but also original in its storyline and basis. It's called Coma. I think you'll like that movie. When I saw I watched it on Tubi. It's called Coma. I think you would like that movie. No, so thank you, Camo Camp. A little off. I'm a little away from the main town. There's a major highway that between, that goes back and forth through. It's hard to explain. Nomad. Anyway, let's get back to the jumping points. There's a lot of good things out here. I mean, things are getting bad. I know. Oh, that's my cholesterol medication. and my new basically sport bottle. Well, thank you, Camo Camp. I'm glad for the five thumbs up. It's always good to have the people around here. It's a little hot in here. Tell you that, I got my big fan on. It's warmed up quite a bit. And yeah. Well, I got this one. This one's going to be a gift for TAC, I guess. This one's going to be a gift for TAC. I'm going to try to send this to him. This is a American-made Gerber. Yeah, this is one we'll send TAC. This is American-made. It's a nice one, too. I won this in a contest. Yeah. It's nice to see you, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. But yeah, I did like everyone else in the knife community and then the Brothers of the Blade community. We paid our respects to Matt Pearson, a guy that he was from Canada. He was a father. He had children, and he died in a fatal car accident. How you doing, Greg? I forget which one it is. I know it's a blade used by the military. It's got a nice pointed in like here. Let's see that. It's almost like a glass breaker. Skull crusher, The only thing I don't like about this knife is the serrated edge at the bottom. I really don't like that. But it's made in the USA. for some reason, but Gerber is a German company. It's made in Portland, Oregon. It's supposed to be high carbon steel. Not a bad knife, I would say. Could you use it to defend yourself? Absolutely. Could you use it for bushcraft? Maybe even cutting wire? Yeah. If that's the right edge. It's well made. It's got a nice rubberized grip, hard handle, rubberized grip. Nice pattern on the handle, nice grit pattern. It's like it's the more expensive version of this, you could say. It's the more expensive version of this cheap Chinese knife, as you can see. This one's lighter. This one's a little heavier. This one's made in the United States. This one's made in China. This one has a thicker spine. This one has a thinner spine, strangely enough. This one has a better sheath. That one has a cheaper sheath, so. Good morning from sunny Scotland. SlingshotWarrior. How you doing, Pergio? How's everything from the highlands or the lowlands or wherever you're from in that great land? The night. Well, I would. You're a blade guy. I hate super images. Well, we have that in common, Tempest Blade. It's always nice hearing from you. We do have that in common. I love different kinds of blades. For example, I've been studying different kinds of like edged weapons from different cultures. Even ones from Africa I've studied. Like, for example, the Zulu battle axe is an interesting one. Yeah, it's like a crescent-shaped axe. I studied that, Yeah, I've heard about the Gerber really going down in quality over time. It's funny that a German-made company had a factory in Portland, Oregon, which is strange enough. I like to throw axes, Airgun Johnny. I'm an axe thrower. I'm also a slingshot shooter. I started my channel shooting slingshots, so Tanto blade. Yes, well, I'm not a big fan of the Tanto blade as much as others. I much prefer something like this. A nice clip point, or another shape, Oh, they're a lot of fun. They're easy to throw because it's like throwing a stick over your head when you're like, if you have a dog and you throw a stick, it's kind of like that, Just got to arch your arm like slightly over like this, and just not too much, and just throw it, and it gives rotation. Oh, thank you, Aragon Johnny. Oh. I have different blades, though. I can't show anything that looks like a gun on the live stream. That'll get me in trouble. I love this one. It's one of my favorites. High carbon steel. Got it for a good price on Budk. The Colombian Smatch It. They don't make this anymore. I make sure it's always oiled. I use this lubricant here. Put it on a rag when I'm basically sharpening it, cleaning it as well with the oil. Well, I'm keeping it preserved by oiling the edge. So this is powder coated. So this is like, it's kind of like, it's not a smatch it. It's more like a bolo. This also comes with a smaller knife. Looks more like a Mora, survival Mora. I oil it too, and sharpen it. Yeah. Love the course. I understand. I have a friend named 411 Outdoors. He's on YouTube and Instagram. He loves the Tantos. It's his favorite type of blade. And I kind of like the clip points and the more leaf-shaped blades myself. So, like the Smatchets and I understand. I understand, Tippus. I am a fan of the more barong and Smatchet type blades when it comes to machetes, because you have a great compromise between a tool and a weapon. Basically, you have like a belly here that is great, a great chopping. You have a tip that's great for the thrust, single edge. This is a great compromise between the thrust and like slashing or chopping. So I think this is the barong is a very good blade for that. Now, my philosophy on modern knife combat is that you don't need it longer than this, or just slightly, maybe about like 3 inches longer will do. You don't need it any longer than that for modern combat, because most of the time you'll probably deploy this in close quarter combat. So you want it where you can maneuver it, and let's say in like a hallway or an alley, or Oh, thank you, Mr. Pocketful of Steel. By the way, subscribe to Tempest Blade. He has an awesome channel. He does swords. Does very good jug cutting. Oh boy, you got to take care of your blades. You got to take care of them, and you got to sharpen them. You got to oil them. So true, Tempest. So true. Now, as you know, I'm into different things. Pellet guns, high-powered pellet guns. These are H&N Hornets. Crossbows. I got crossbows. Moderators. You're not welcome in my channel, snobby Buddhists. I really wish you would just get the message. Go someplace else. But okay. If you want to play this game, I can play it. Yeah. Ah, so true, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. So true. I like different kinds of blades. This one is okay. This is a pretty good quality blade for the price. I mean, it's got a glass breaker. The grip is good. It's got this nice, like rubberized, even a little dip in here with the plastic, hard plastic rubberized grip. It's razor sharp out of the box. I can slice through paper with this. And for a cheap knife, it's somewhat durable. Even thin, it's somewhat good. Basically, even though it's made of cheap steel, the length, it doesn't matter because the length is pretty short on the blade, so you don't need to have a long length of steel. For a longer blade, yeah, you need good steel. I get that a lot of times, but for this, I mean, it's like you don't need good steel. It's razor sharp out of the box. It's got a nice, handy dandy little sheath that you can actually clip onto your belt. You can even put this on, a backpack. This is like cheap. It's your beater knife, pretty much. This is a knife you can keep in the woods. You don't. It's not a collectible. You can You can buy a whole bunch of these. They can be trading items, whatever. You know what I mean? They're like last time I checked, they were like $10 on eBay. You know. This type of knife is perfect if you want something that you could trade in case of a bad situation, or you can have a beater knife. You don't want to, if you don't want to have a knife that you don't want to basically mess up too bad. This is the best knife to get because this could be your beater knife. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. Now I like to sharpen my edge with a hand sharpener and a sharpening stone. That's why I like to do it. It's worked for me so far. Like I said, this is your beater knife. This is a knife you can get cheap. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, but this is your beater knife. It's a knife you can get cheap. You can carry this to defend yourself because you're not going to miss this knife because you can always get another one. At least for now, you can. So I buy a whole bunch of these off eBay. Cheap and effective. Okay, we're down to 7 and 7 thumbs up. That's awesome. I've been stretching on. Okay. Let's move forward. Well, okay. Okay, these magazines, these have internally belt-fed chains. You got to put them in here, and there's a little opening in here. You got to place them in there. You got to put the pellets in here. It's internally belt-fed chains. Basically, these are the chains. You just got to load them up with pellets. You put them into the mag, and there you go. And that's awesome. I would show the pellet gun, but you know how that works. They'll shut me down in a heartbeat. Of course, you got to get yourself one of these solar-powered watch. Invaluable. Okay, we're back to 8 views. All right. I like the 7 thumbs up, people. Maybe I can show a new knife or something. Well, you haven't seen this one before. And of course, the chat is going cold. How nice. Well, I can't respond to any new chats if the chat goes cold. I have basically a cat knife, a German cat knife. It's downstairs. It's a German cat knife. I also have like a OTF. Let's see where I have a tactical pin. Oh, here's one thing. Tactical pin. Where's my OTF? I put my OTF. Forever to get through this. I can't find the OTF. Silly me. Maybe it's in here. The OTF. Nah. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's here. It's here. Well, I couldn't find my Schrade Extreme Survival. Interesting, Camo Camp. Well, I couldn't get my one. Well, I have one of these. Self-defense blade. It's a neck knife. You carry it underneath your shirt. It's a cheap one. It rattles a little bit, and I had to basically tie some upholstery thread around the holes because it was slightly cracked open when I got it. But basically, it does work. You put this underneath your T-shirt. It's the M-Tech thing. Got it off Bud K. Well, thank you, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. I also got this tactical pin. Now, I would have shown you I've shown it before, but my Schrade Ultimate Survival OTF, but yeah, I would. Yeah, I can show you another knife. Yeah, show you another knife. How about that? Here's one I got. More expensive one. This one I'm going to keep. This one I like, actually. This is Cold Steel. I won this in the contest. A Cold Steel SRK. Oh, yeah. I like this one. Cold Steel SRK. Thick spine. It's pretty much a more expensive version of this, you could say. Yeah, more expensive version of this. Well, thank you. Thank you. I will say this. I have taken this to bad neighborhoods. I've never had to use this, but I have worn this under my T-shirt during the summer times when I had to stroll through bad neighborhoods. So this is made for only one thing. It's like a jab. It will hurt. Well, thank you, Kama Kampa. Kama Kampa. Oh, I have quite a collection. I have a bigger bag I have to get into. I guess it's in the other closet. I have a larger collection. I've been collecting knives for a long time. And blades. Now, my preferred blade for, let's say, cutting jugs and, let's say, self-defense, of course, is an American classic. This particular design was made by the same blacksmith that made Jim Bowie's famous knife. No, that's not the one. Everyone. Oh, yeah. Let's see, where is it? Let me. See, there's that one. Here we go. Found it. Here we go. One of my and the Smatcher are two of my favorite blades. Whew. This is the Honshu Boshin toothpick. Razor sharp still. And basically it's not made, it's made with stainless steel. It's not made with quality steel, but this is a very good jug cutter. And the handle, the grip is really good. The Honshu Boshin toothpick, I mean, it's not the best quality, but I tell you, this thing can really slice through a jug, you know. Awesome Tempest blade. I understand that. This one is specifically, okay, this one is for my bug out bag, okay? I carry this one. I put this one around my bug out bag most of the time. This is one I'll carry into the woods for basically bushcraft purposes. You know, bushcraft, you know, like cutting wood and stuff like that. It's a heavy machete. This one I would basically use for self-defense in close range. I would also, I also use it for jug cutting because it's stainless steel. I'm glad you like it. So true, Nomad. Awesome. So I guess there are some knives that I probably wouldn't use that are really good. It's really good, but I probably wouldn't use it unless, you know, let's say there was war was breaking out. This one is a beautiful knife, very sharp, high carbon steel, solid steel knuckles. It's a modern day version. It's the this is basically basically of the trench knife. It's basically a modern version of the trench knife. It's a drop point tanto, so it's I've tested this. I mean, this thing holds its own, and for the price, it's very quality. But this is a collector's item because you just can't run around walking around walk around with this knife, and well, and it's only made for one thing, and you know what that's made for. That's made for killing. How you doing, Bullfrog? Sick. Well, thank you, Air Guns Anonymous. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Blade. Thank you, Tempest Blade. It's one of my favorites. It's the Combat Commander. It's got a nice sheath. It's the Combat Commander, trench knife. It's a modern version of the old trench knife, and I think it's great. Hello, Nancy. I'm doing good, Air Guns Anonymous. Or should I call you AA? I'll call you AA. How about that? I like it. Well, thank you, Kama Kampa. Very comfortable, by the way. I punched with this. I've used the conical shaped pummel pretty much. See, this is conical shaped. This will hold its own. That you are, Air Guns Anonymous. Hey. Now, the one thing about this channel, so I do so many different things. I'm a part of the slingshot community, the knife community. I'm a part of the survivalist community, archery community, air gun community. And I love to bring different communities together. We have people that out here that are into different things, but I'm not just one thing, to be honest with you. I'm not. I like different things. Yeah, that's right. Whooping ass community. I like that one. But yeah. What? Oh, thank you, Mr. Pocketful of Steel. Yes, but I would also say the air gun community needs to get to know the archery community as well. And the knife community. We all need to come together, and share information. Oh, how you doing, half-ass astronaut? A long time no see. For example, Air Guns Anonymous, did you know there are repeating crossbows on the market that are powerful and lethal? I think you might be interested in those. I'm learning this. Well, then I would suggest you get the Cobra RX Adder. Comes with a 5-bolt magazine, or if you want, you could actually replace it for a 7-bolt magazine, and you can put all the bells and whistles on it too. Powerful, lethal, 150 pounds per pressure, lightweight to hold, adjustable stock. Oh, I'm having a good time. Now, the knife community has lost one of its own. Mr. Matt Pearson. He sent me fat wood, which is the type of wood you use to make fires, like campfires, and for feather sticking. He was a good man, outdoor enthusiast, pro-freedom. He was from Canada. God bless him. Well, that's why I think you should leave California. Go to Texas, Air Guns Anonymous. Oh boy. Well, I do like those new sound grenades that Tack was talking about and on his stream. Those new high decibel sound grenades, those percussion grenades. They're pretty cool. Nomad. Whatever you want, man. But I will say this: the Cobra Ad is pretty cheap right now. You get it, it would be pretty cheap. Also, the grenades. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting them too, but not right now. Amen, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. Yes, they're called percussion grenades. They have like a CO2 cartridge, like a regular CO2 cartridge, and they make a big pop, and they have a high decibel, and they can disorient you. Yep, that's pretty much what it is. I'll show another knife, perhaps. Oh, this is a beautiful piece. It's this is when Frost was making good cutlery. But I love the beauty on this handle. I don't think I would ever use this one because it is sharp, very sharp actually. But the handle is very beautiful. It's very look at this beautiful, mahogany handle with the steel butt cap and everything. Look at how beautiful this handle is. Very nice. Slice of. I don't think I'll ever use this one though. This one's too beautiful. Yeah, and this is a long time ago knife, so it's got still got a razor sharp edge. I mean, I could show it to you. I'll get a piece of paper out here. A receipt. Ah. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'll put it this way. It's good to have Air Guns Anonymous. I like to have options, pretty much. I don't forget where I come from. I still shoot my slingshot. I gotten into air guns. Yes, I still shoot my crossbow. I don't forget where I come from. I started as a slingshot shooter. I started and I graduated to archery and to knives. I know how to do different things. And maybe that's what this channel is about. It's not just one thing. And I like to bring the different communities together and everything like that. it's good to have options. You know, it's yeah. I understand, Bullfrog. Oh, that's very sad, Miss. Oh man, well, I'll put it this way: always have a knife in your pocket. It's good for different things. I'm into that, and I am a warrior. Tempest Blade. Thank you, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. I guess I can show some other things. And let's see. What else am I into? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll show you I'll show you some of my crossbows. They're not firearms, so I don't think the YouTube people will have any problem with them. I'll show one of my crossbows. Let me go get it. Red dot sight. Okay, crossbow. Boom. Yep. Similar to the Cobra Adder. It comes with a sling, but I didn't bring it out. Red dot sight. Self-spanning device. Yeah. Well, yeah, it doesn't go boom, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. It's quiet. It will make it kills quietly. Only thing you hear is click, like a quiet click. That's all it takes. Is that logo on the flag? Oh, it's 4 wolves. 4 wolves in a circle. Yeah. Don't we all? Don't we all, Nomad? And rightfully so. You know, there was a study done showing that the majority of people who work in education politically are liberal. Go figure. Now, I don't usually like to bring politics on this stream. I really don't. But if that's their values and they don't represent your values and you're a parent, let's say many of you are parents out there, I would say do what a lot of parents have been doing these days. Take your kids out. Don't enroll them into the public school system. You're better off taking your kid to the Amazon rainforest and dropping them off there to live like Tarzan than sending your kid to a public school. Yes, homeschool. You know, right now, thanks to the internet, there are online academies available for education. So those parents who say, "Well, I don't know how to homeschool," Well, now you can choose an online academy online, and they will educate your kid. And you can choose the lesson plan, and you can make sure that what they're learning is what you want, you know, that fits your beliefs and everything like that. Bullfrog. I got a better education in the backwoods than I ever did in this in a classroom. I can tell you that. But let's not talk about that. This is a nice crossbow. I like the red dot sight. For my Sig Sauer MPX, I'm going to get a green dot sight for that bad boy. Now, I do like axe throwing. This is my latest tomahawk. Show this one off. This is an M-Tech. Very sharp, actually. It's got a chopping sharp. It's a chisel tip on the back. I've actually thrown this other end, and it sticks pretty well. Very good. Very good tomahawk for the price. Paid like $20 for this on eBay. I know anything for a second. This, well, you can find it on eBay. It's cheap, $20, and it's yours. Reinforced nylon handle. I'm pretty good. Awesome, Mr. Pocket, full of steel. Awesome. Maybe I should hyphenate your name a little bit, so I'll call you MPS. I'll call you MPS. Well, MPS. That's awesome. Pockets. Okay, Pockets. I'll call you Pockets. Okay. Okay, Greg is good. Greg. All right. Anyway, you can get this for $20 on eBay. It's so around $20 on eBay. I mean, it's can't beat the price for it. I mean, it's pretty good. So if you want one, go to eBay and get one. Small. Oh, I got smaller and bigger. I got a whole bunch of them. This was there was another version I got that was mixed with a camping axe and a no. There we go. I've thrown this a couple times. This was the first version I got of that M-Tech. Yeah, it looks very familiar. Always check your when it comes to throwing axes, they got to be a certain kind of thickness. This is a good thickness for a throwing axe because the blade is thinner. So Serves its purpose. Ah, so true, so true. Yep. So I got smaller ones. I got longer ones. I like throwing axes, so I got a collection of them. Oh boy. Rubberized grip handle. Kind of like a pistol grip too. Simple snap together, kind of like a plastic sheath. That's it. And they're both the same brand, pretty much. You throw. This is the hand I throw in. So yeah, I guess this is the right hand, I guess. Left, right. Yeah, no, right-handed. I'm a right-handed thrower. This is the hand I throw with. Yeah. Yes, it will. The Indians couldn't be wrong, and of course, I'm gonna let everyone know a little historical lesson on throwing axes. We actually introduced the tomahawk, or what they call the tomahawk, to the Indians. They were boarding axes. We traded the axe heads to the Indians. So basically, and of course, in Europe, the old barbarian tribes had a version called Franciscas, or Frankish throwing axes, that were kind of like curved down, and they were thrown in battle by barbarian tribes. So axe throwing has a European tradition, by the way. For those who don't know, axe throwing is not just, everyone thinks of axe throwing, they think of the Native Americans. When we actually introduced it to them, we sold them the boarding axe heads on the ships. You know? I like different kinds of blades, Nomad. All sorts. Yes, I do like the European weapons from the European tradition. Absolutely. Awesome, Nancy. But like I'm saying, axe throwing was actually very prominent in Europe before the age of firearms. It lingered on. Of course, we had boarding axes when we first came to the New World, and we sold a lot of them to the natives. And well, you know, and they adopted the axe culture pretty much. So. I do. It's in the other room. I got one into the contest. Very sharp. It was from my good friend Choir Boys Cutlery. The reason I don't have it in this room because I cut my toe on it quite a few times. Boy, that left a deep cut. They did actually, Nomad. Oh, well, neither have I, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. I have a type of axe. It's a type of, European type battle axe. It's not the big bearded one though. Um, well, that was during the Bronze Age. They had a type of axe, yes. It was a Bronze Age axe, Nomad. Yeah, well, they look similar. I think that's the reason why. It was a misidentification by Columbus. Bullfrog. And who is this wolf? Who are you? I know who Bullfrog is. I don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. Right. Anyway, true. This late night stream has been pretty nice. I'm digging this. And that's very true, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. Very true. So, no, more like a wolf more like no, it could be a rat in wolf's clothing is what it could be. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I haven't seen you here before, Wolf. Now we have a troll problem here, so I just want to make sure that you're on the up and up, and I'll let you stay as long as you're polite and respectful. No slights, no trolling. Like I said, I'll let you stay unless if you're respectful. I know that. But like I said, I have to. Trolls come in here. They want to start trouble. They want to be idiots. So we just want to make sure that we got a certain. That's good. That's good. Just want to let you know. That's all. We will see, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. I give everyone a chance. One chance. It's an outdoor stream. It's a stream about this channel. This stream. It's all about hobby, outdoor, shooting, bushcraft, knives, archery, that kind of stuff. Manly stuff. So, and of course, we bring the wolf energy here. I have, Nomad. I have, and I want to do some more camping. Oh, that's good, Nomad. We like fishing here too. Yes, wolf energy is masculinity, being a man. It's a philosophy of masculinity. I believe that masculinity is an important thing in our society, and it's been under attack for too long. Being a man, doing manly things. It's wolf energy, yes. What do you think? Exactly, Mr. Bam Bam. Exactly, Greg. It's all about stop whining and be a man. Not exactly. Yes, he came up with the term, but I came up with the philosophy. No, we went to the shooting range, Wolf. Archery range. Ugh. Where I shot my compound and this bad boy. You got that right. Good for you, Nancy. Fair enough. Oh, no. Well, awesome. Small game, large game. We welcome hunters in this community. Good. We welcome you here, provided you are respectful. And shotgun, everything's welcome. Yep. I love the views. I love the 8 thumbs up you guys have given me. I love that. Another thing this channel is about is God. I believe in God. I am a Christian, so you're gonna have to accept that point about me, or don't. If you don't agree with that, the Christian worldview, then you're not gonna like this channel. You know. Awesome. We also love dogs here on this channel, Nancy. We like our furry friends. Man's best friend here. Amen, Mr. Pocket Full of Steels. Jesus, in Jesus Christ's name, amen. I'm a believer. So this is a Christian channel. It's run by a Christian. Interesting head and shoulders. But I would advise that you don't use that kind of grotesque language in saying that. Just I try to reduce the kind of vulgarity in this community, in this on my streams, because I don't want vulgarity on my streams. Just I'm just giving you a warning. Just don't. Well, it's okay, Head and Shoulders. Yeah, I would, for the newcomers, I don't tolerate vulgarity on my streams. I know that other communities that I will not name do tolerate vulgarity. Other streams tolerate vulgarity. As a Christian, I'm against vulgarity. Vulgarity is just dirty, and I prefer to keep things clean and reverent, and yeah, I don't want to think about it, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel, or Greg. I don't want to think about it, Greg. It's okay. It's okay. I have to explain to the newcomers. That's all. I understand. I just wanted to explain to any newcomers coming to the stream. I try. Maybe I have not laid down the ground rules that much, but yeah. There's I'll put the main rule as one of the main rules is no vulgarity. That's I heard about that. Head and Shoulders. Where am I from? Well, I'm from, you can see from the flag behind me and the accent, I would think you would like to know where I'm from. I think you know where I'm from. I have an accent and an American flag behind me. I think you can piece that one together, Now, I want to place another rule. I can detect slights. You know what a slight is, Head and Shoulders? I know what a slight is. Now, usually in the past, I've looked over slights, and a lot of people thought I was slow because I didn't respond to them. But I know what a slight is, so be careful, Head and Shoulders, because no slights. Oh, thank you, Wolf. No, a slight is what it is. Not a slice, but a slight. I know what a slight is. A slight is a backhanded insult, is pretty much what it is. And I can detect them pretty easily. I'm just telling you that. Really? Really? Okay. Well, I just want to let you know if it's not a slight, it's not a slight. But I'm trying to let you know the ground rules here. Yeah, when you say Alabama, I'm thinking that, oh, there's a dumb redneck. You know what I mean? That's what you're saying to me, pretty much. And that's what I'm hearing. Well, good for you, Head and Shoulders. I'm very well aware, but I try to avoid the politics as much as I can and stick with the outdoor stuff. So I'm aware of that too. Head and Shoulders. But let's get to the good stuff. Yeah, well, I want to do some more shooting videos. Want to do a lot more things. No. Sometimes I talk about a few news items, but and maybe a Christian perspective, but no, it's not about politics. It's an outdoor channel, pretty much. We mostly concentrate on basically air guns, archery, bushcraft, knives, the gamut of that, Not yet, but I had something to hold me over, Mr. Pocketful of Steel. Or Greg. I'm very well aware of that, Nomad. But I wouldn't open carry a pellet rifle, Nomad. I know. But I'm not hungry right now, so I'm just trying to flesh things out. I was able to do some good things, and perhaps it's been a very good stream, I would say. Man, it's this late night moon stream is pretty good. You know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Easter as well. Spend time with the family. I do have a family, not a direct family, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and I have a lot of family members. So we all have families, people that we love and care about and cherish on this Easter. And this Easter is very important to me because it's the day that Jesus rose from the dead and basically shed his blood died for our sins. So it is a lot of fun, isn't it, Airgun Johnny? You should get yourself one of these, Airgun. Woo. Crossbows are very powerful, and they're and surprisingly, this one was only $300. So this one has a laser red dot sight, very accurate, easy to maintain. Lots of fun. Oh, the Hellhawk. I had one. And more than likely, it's going to break down and break apart on you. Yeah, mine did. I love it. Yeah. I had a Hellhawk. I had an M48 Hellhawk. I had to, it's, after basically, I think a couple of shots. No, not a couple of shots. After a couple of months. Yeah, after 3 months, the thing broke down on me and couldn't shoot anymore. And of course, after that, I found a $300 crossbow that is no longer in circulation, the Cold Steel Cheap Shot, and this has been the most reliable crossbow I've ever had for the price at 130 pounds. There we go. At 130 pounds, I mean, yeah. Yep. Exactly, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. One of the best crossbows I ever had, most reliable. I will never give this bad boy up. The only time I'm ever going to part with this bad boy is when I'm dead. That's how good and reliable this crossbow is. No, it's more like, $40. Nomad, and I wouldn't suggest it. It's cheap. Sure, it's a pistol crossbow, and it'll work for basically about 3 months. It's made of cheap materials. It'll break apart and snap, and at first you won't be able to shoot straight with it. After a while, after a couple shots, after 3 months. Yeah, and then it'll just break apart. Don't get it. Good for you, Wolf. Yeah, it's cheap. And sometimes cheap, some things that are cheap are actually good quality, but that ain't. That isn't good quality. And I'm telling you, you're wasting your money getting one. Into a good one. Well, trust me, a good one is a good investment. I would suggest the Cobra RX Adder repeating crossbow. It's a lot like this, except it's black. It's made by forget what it the Cobra RX Adder is made by I forget what the company makes it makes the Cobra Adder. But yeah, they make it pretty good. It's a lot like, it looks just like this, almost accurate, folding stock. You get the sling. You get basically the red dot sight. I mean, good one to have. Bullfrog, good one to have. That's a good thing to have, Nomad, the recurve bow. But the good news is, Air Gun Johnny, crossbows are a lot cheaper than air guns. So you're for a reasonably good crossbow, you would only be paying maybe about $200, $300. or $100, you know, compared to $1,000 with really good pre-charged pneumatic, you know, just saying. So true, Mr. So true, Greg. So true. So true. But this one, before inflation, only cost me $300. Oh yeah, now I know the brand that makes the Cobra RX adder, EK Archery. And now I remember EK Archery. It's by EK Archery that makes the Cobra RX adder. You can get it on Amazon, and it's a lot like this. So true, Greg. It's really good skill to learn. Shooting skills are always good. That's a good one, Nomad. Yeah, like I said, but yeah. Yes, Steambow. And you have a Steambow, don't you? Now you're gonna. I think it's like a almost like a stacked crossbow. I forget the name. True, Bullfrog. True. Um, the Vlad is pretty good for a pistol crossbow. I'm sorry. The Vlad is pretty good for a pistol crossbow. The Vlad. It's true. The Vlad is pretty good for a pistol crossbow, and yeah. So the Vlad is pretty good for a pistol crossbow. It's also the Steambow Stinger AR6. Yes, Wolf. It's got a red dot sight. It's very accurate. It's powered by watch batteries. That's what it is. Powered by watch batteries. It's got a red dot sight. It's powered by watch batteries. It's very good. It's you turn it on, you turn it off. You look down the lens, and it'll hit it start. Well, it's called the Vlad Bullfrog. It's a repeating crossbow. It's made by EK Archery, the same people that made the Cobra RX adder, which is almost identical to this, except it's got basically a like a it's got like it's it's got like the magazine on it, the 5 bolt magazine, and of course this is more higher up. Nine thumbs up. I'm glad of that. Truly a thing of beauty. This one wouldn't part for it for nothing. Ah, what a beauty! If you wax your string, Oh, awesome, Nomad. Awesome. Yes. Yes. It's called snake venom. It's a rail oil, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. It's a rail oil. You lubricate the rail and you wax the string. So yeah, there's a type of product you can use. You can use this stuff if you wanted to, but I have like in my archery kit, I have this. It looks like a chapstick thing. It's called snake venom, and basically what you do is you lubricate the rail with this particular material, and that's what keeps it going. Good to know, Wolf. Ah, awesome. We like swords here. Let me wash my hands. Give me a second. I'm going to wash my hands. Well, yep. Awesome, Airgun Johnny. Ah, good for you, Nancy. Always good to travel with those. They never run out of bullets. No, Matt. And of course, the ammunition can be. But like I said, I like this one. This was one of my favorite crossbows. I'm very accurate with this. So I mean, 20 yards, I could nail a deer with this. I understand that, Bullfrog. That's awesome, Bullfrog. But yeah, personally for me, when it comes to cudgels, I prefer something with more of a knob at the end of it, like a ball-headed club or something, like a mace, with all the weight at the end. I've heard stories, Airgun Johnny, but I've seen it. I've actually used a handheld taser, like close up, and it is effective. But yeah, it'll make someone scream. But as you can see, I've been mostly concentrating on small game, Wolf. like squirrels, rabbits. I don't use this for hunting most of the time. I like to hunt with Slingshot. A lot easier. Wolf, I got it. Anyway, getting back to the point. Yeah, this is what I like to use. You got to lubricate with a crossbow. It's not much difference. It does require a certain degree of maintenance. You got to lubricate your rail, wax your string. That's very important. But yeah, glad you like it. This is a thing of beauty. Good talk, good conversation. I like the 9 thumbs up, and yeah, sorry I went a little silent there. I just it's been so long ago when I did my first live stream. I was doing videos long before that. Long before I had editing too. I mean, that was just, you know. Well, thank you, Mr. Pocketful of Steel, or should I say, Greg? Yeah, it's been a pretty good chat. I mean, but Airgun Johnny, I would say this is that crossbows are a very good thing to have. I mean, this is light to carry. I mean, you can adjust your stock. The Cobra Adder, RX Adder by EK Archery is very similar to this, except it's repeating. I like the fact it has a self-spanning mechanism. You know, crossbows are starting to get a little more. I forgot. It's so long ago. I started this channel. I think it was in the early 2000s. Just to the ass end of the, I think 2008. I think it was. Yeah. No, this one's not a repeater. But if I wanted to, I could actually get like a Cobra Adder magazine for it. But it's very similar to the Cobra RX Adder. The Cold Steel Chief Shot is. It looks almost exactly like it, except with the fact that it has a 5-bolt magazine at the top here, and the red dot sight is a little higher up. If I would make any suggestion, I would basically get an adder. You can buy it on Amazon, or get a Steamboat Stinger AR6. You know, if I wanted to, I could literally put lasers and flashlights on this, and I just might. I'm sorry to hear that, Nomad. I'm really sorry. So really sorry to hear that, man. I hope that answers your question, Airgun Johnny. It's similar to the Cobra Adder, but it's not. It's a single shot crossbow, but I like it. And trust and believe, no one would want to be at the end of one of these bolts. At 130 pounds per pressure, that's pretty good. I mean, and it's lightweight to carry, so. And sorry to hear that, Nomad. I'm really sorry. That's terrible, Nomad. That's really terrible. Life can be hard sometimes, and it can have its challenges, you know. Uh, well, I've seen a lot of good reviews on them, Bullfrog. They do have their drawbacks. I mean, Odyssey. I wasn't talking about Odyssey. I was talking about Amazon. Airgun Johnny. I do have an Odyssey backup channel, but I wasn't thinking about that one. No, I was thinking about Amazon.com. You can order a crossbow like this, the Cobra RX Adder. There are a lot of crossbows you can order on Amazon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Amazon. Well, if you don't, if you don't have Amazon, you can get an Amazon account very easily. Just set one up. I did it. I also set up an eBay account. So, and funny thing is, if Amazon has something that's too expensive, eBay has it for cheaper. Everyone knows that. See you, Bullfrog. God bless you. Oh, that's crazy. Ordering a crossbow is gonna basically put you on some kind of list. That's crazy. Something as simple as a crossbow. I mean, come on now. We'll see you, Bullfrog, bro. That's just crazy. That's ridiculous. Really, I've been doing it all the time. I've ordered something just recently. Wolf, I've ordered a lot of things off Amazon. Well, if you say Jersey, I think I would understand. Hmm. Oh, well, I think you can still order a crossbow in Massachusetts. I have a friend who's from Massachusetts. He's in the knife community, Donnaby all day, and he's got a crossbow. So I'm not sure. They don't really care about crossbows. I really don't think they do. Well, I think you can order crossbows. So crossbows are legal in most states and legal. There's no law in most states. There's no legal restrictions on crossbows. Oh boy, well, we'll see what happens. Just order a crossbow, I guess. But yeah, these repeating crossbows are getting pretty good. I'll say they're very lethal. They're very popular in Europe, by the way. Yeah, Jersey's a very restrictive place. I'm not sure what would go on there. Oh, that's awesome, Airgun Johnny. They're lots of fun, and they don't make any noise, so that's the beauty of it. They're not going to make any noise. They So they won't make any pops or pew pew sounds of any kind, and only thing it's going to be is like just a little click, like a tiny click, and that's it when you pull the trigger, and there's no recoil on them, so. Maybe you should move, Wolf. Move. For this one, 20 yards. This is basically a 20-yard crossbow. You can get versions that can go up to 50 yards. There are other crossbows on the market that are like 300 pounds per pressure. Even up to 500 pounds per pressure that can travel up to 50 yards. It depends on what crossbow you're getting. You can get a Mr. Pocketful, so you get a crossbow that can travel 50 yards. Those are hunting crossbows most of the time. Those are long distance hunting crossbows. Yeah. Okay. But this one is probably good at 20 to 30 yards. 20, 30 yards, pretty much. So that's and that's not that far, but it's effective at 20 to 30 yards, pretty much. Because of the power stroke, and it's got, the stock is very short, so. Crossbows unlike a firearm, or depending on basically the stave, the bow stave, or the prod, and that's the launches the string with the bolt, and so you don't get any recoil with the crossbow or any big pew pew sounds. You get no sound basically whatsoever. You so basically with the crossbow, you're I'll see you, Wolf. Happy Easter to you. But basically, I'm saying you get no sound with the crossbow. That's one of the advantages of the crossbow. It don't make a noise. It's lethal. If you ever have to use it for self-defense, always aim for center of mass. Here, here, sometimes here, yeah, here, or here. That being said, this has been a real fun stream, hasn't it? It's been a real fun one. Well, 10 thumbs up. That's awesome. I love that. I love that, Airgun Johnny. I really would. It's always be good to meet a fellow. It's always good to meet a fellow shooter, fellow, marksman, you could say, and a fellow, just outdoor enthusiast and self-defense aficionado, you could say. Yeah, and I'm glad I inspired you to get a crossbow. Yeah, like I said, there are more, crossbows. The most powerful crossbows can, like the compound crossbows, can go up to 50 yards. And now there are ones with internal cranking mechanisms. Now, the ones that can go up to 50 yards and have the long power stroke, those are the ones that basically a crossbow bow, and there's been tests done about this. I would recommend the what's his name? There was a guy who did a test of how lethal a crossbow is, and he did like this basically this dummy that was had like what's that called? The kind of like a fake kind of like ballistic gel, and it had like fake organs and bones and stuff like that. A Demolition Ranch, nah. Oh, Kentucky Ballistics did this. Kentucky Ballistics. If you want to look at that video, Kentucky Ballistics, and he tested the more long power stroke crossbows. The ones that are more like the hunting crossbows, they have internal cranking systems, or the ones you have to have a spanner to basically span the crossbow. Oh, cool, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. But yeah, he tested it, and and basically it was awesome because for first couple of bolts, one of the bolts went right through the ballistic dummy and out the other end. One of the bolts did that. So yeah, these crossbows are powerful, especially the modern crossbows. They're pretty powerful. The old crossbows are still lethal, but the new models, the new technology that's been put into them, and new like cams and shafts and stuff like that. It made it pretty powerful, wasn't it? Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad I made you aware of it, Greg, because I've seen these new crossbows, these new modern crossbows. They can do a lot of damage, particularly to an animal. Uh, you know, and particularly if you have a broad head. But yeah, there was he did test, and these crossbows, I mean, they had enough power to just go right through somebody, so they're pretty lethal. You know, not a joke. And like I said, and there was actually an actual serial killer in the UK that used the crossbow to commit some horrendous crimes. The crossbow cannibal. Not a nice name, but yeah, they're not toys. Yeah, the crossbow cannibal. He used a crossbow to murder several women. So, oh God, oh boy, Nomad, why would you bring that one up? Now you just put an image in my head, man. A terrible, terrible image. Oh, oh God. Please don't bring that kind of stuff up here. Please. Well, that being said, Cody, how you doing, bro? Yeah, that's not a nice image to have in my head, dude. Ugh, disgusting. Ew. Yeah, who's the right word for it, Nancy? Oh, that one. Well, that one was stopped. Thank God that sicko wasn't able to enact do a similar thing that happened in Nashville. So, that being said, it's always good to do one of these late night moon streams. Bring up that wolf energy. I've lost a lot of weight. I've been exercising, so and dieting. Not a chance, Cody. Not a chance. But we call them transformers here. Transformers, robots in disguise. Transformers. I don't have a clue of that one either. I don't think I want to know what that means either. Either Greg. There's one last thing, in the stream. The knife community has lost one of our own, and I want to say that again. We've lost Matt Pearson in the knife community. He was a survivalist. He made fires. He was a brother of the blade in the knife community. So I made a video about him, and he died in a car accident. He was raising children. He had basically I think a 13-year-old daughter and a son that he was raising, and he died all of a sudden. So that's tragic for the family. The guy gave me fat wood, and for free. I mean, a box full of fat wood. So I got to give the guy respect. He'll be missed. Yes, well, if you're in the knife community, yes, you've heard about Matt Pearson's untimely departure. Um, yes, it is a shame. He was a good guy. I mean, he liked everyone in this knife community. He rarely, if ever, had any conflict with any one of us in the knife community. He was a real pillar of the knife community on YouTube. So I know some of you are not in the knife community, but let's say you're in the archer community, the air gun community, and one of your own passes away in a tragic way. I think that you would be very upset, and you'd be paying tribute to him as well. So I hope that other communities pay their respects as well. And I know when I take my final journey that I probably will have a lot of people who will miss me. So, but that isn't tonight or tomorrow. So, um, but God has His own time, and God has an appointed time for me. So, and we all have an appointed time. Very sad. Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's the inevitable, and I accept that. Not to say I'm going tonight or tomorrow, but yeah, I have my appointed time like everyone else. Um, so when you think about losses like this, it makes you think about your own mortality. Like I said before, I mean, this Western concept of absolute safety is just nonsense. I mean, there's no such thing in this world as absolute safety or as safety in general. The concept of safety, a lot of times, is like bull crap. There is only risk and reduction of risk. You can reduce risk, yes, you can, but there will always be risk. You can reduce the amount of risk. It's like you can take certain precautions that so bad things won't happen. Let's say, you don't say, I'll take this knife here. You can make sure that your finger is below the spine of this knife. But there's always a chance you might cut yourself. So you can take precautions, and that's good. But as you know, Tyler Durden said, on a long enough timeline, all of us, on a long enough timeline, everybody's survival, everybody's you know, Billy, I think everybody's survival rate drops down to zero. So in a long enough timeline, your survival rate will always drop to zero. That's life. You know, death is a part of life, and that's I know that's a very sad and sour topic, but I'll be here for a while. You know, but you got to accept it. Well, that being said, I think I got to go. I'm going to give everyone a chance to say their goodbyes before I go off air. I am tired. I require sleep. I hope so. Good luck with that, Nomad. Better have a bunker. Well, thank you, Mr. Pocket Full of Steel. Oh, welcome, Nomad. Welcome. And I want to thank all my moderators who keep out all the nasty trolls. You're doing a good job. You're learning to snap those fingers. Yeah, I want to thank all my moderators, you know, who keep out those nasty trolls, who keep trying to come in here and start trouble. But we keep throwing them out. They want to be vulgar. They want to be nasty. They need to go someplace else. See you, Nancy. God bless everyone. Have a nice night. Have some pleasant dreams, you know. Boom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Greg. All right. Just remember, when the moon is full and when it's nighttime, the wolf energy flows. Oh, thank you, Sifton. But I got other things I got to do. Doesn't exist. I got to go. See you, Nomad. See you, everyone. Bye-bye. Just